Right now, a sophisticated wave of debit card scams is draining retirement accounts across the country. These thieves do not break into your home in the middle of the night. They use polite phone voices, fake government badges, and engineered panic to bypass your bank security. Today, we are counting down the 10 debit card scams specifically targeting senior citizens. Most victims have no idea they are being robbed until their checking account reads zero. Watch until the very end, because the threat at number 1 involves a terrifying new tactic, where the scammers actually send a person to knock on your front door. Let us get into it. Number 10. The Medicare replacement card shipping fee. Healthcare is a primary focus for older adults. Scammers exploit the confusion surrounding Medicare enrollment periods, new benefits, and policy changes. Your phone rings, and the caller identification displays the words Medicare Administration or a local government office. You answer the phone, and a polite representative informs you that the government has issued a new, mandatory biometric Medicare card. They claim this new card contains a microchip designed to protect your medical identity. The caller assures you the card itself is completely free. However, they state there is a mandatory one-time processing and shipping fee of $5.99. To expedite the shipping, the representative asks for your debit card number. $5 seems like a small price to pay to maintain your health coverage. You read the 16-digit number, the expiration date, and the security code over the phone. The caller thanks you and hangs up. You did not speak to a government employee. You handed your active debit card details to a criminal enterprise. The scammers process the $5 charge to test the card. Once the small charge clears, they know the card is active. Over the next 48 hours, they use your card to purchase high-end electronics, digital gift cards, and prepaid cellular minutes. A 72-year-old retired nurse from Florida lost $2,000 after paying a $5 shipping fee for a card that did not exist. By the time she realized the deception, the scammers had maxed out her daily withdrawal limit. The federal government will never call you to request debit card information for a shipping fee. While the Medicare scam exploits your health coverage, the next scam on our list targets the joy you find in winning. Number 9. The Sweepstakes Advance Tax Trap. Many seniors participate in local lotteries, mail-in sweepstakes, and charity raffles. Criminals purchase subscriber lists from magazines and marketing firms to identify seniors who enjoy these contests. You receive a phone call or a formal letter in the mail. The message congratulates you on winning a massive international lottery or a publisher sweepstakes grand prize. The prize might be $2 million or a brand new luxury vehicle. The caller sounds enthusiastic and professional. They tell you your prize is ready for immediate delivery. However, they explain that under federal law, you must pay the processing fees and the state taxes up front before they can release the funds. They demand a payment of $500 to clear the administrative hurdles. They instruct you to use your debit card to purchase prepaid loadable cards at your local grocery store, or they ask you to provide your debit card number directly over the phone to process the tax payment. You feel excited? You want to secure your windfall? You provide the payment, the prize does not exist. The scammers operate from overseas call centers. They use official-sounding legal jargon to convince you the taxes are legitimate. Once you pay the first fee, they will call back the next day claiming there was an unexpected customs delay, demanding another $1,000. They will drain your checking account until you realize the truth. A 68-year-old retired mechanic sent $4,000 in fake taxes over a period of 2 weeks, hoping to unlock a non-existent fortune. He depleted his emergency savings fund. Legitimate sweepstakes and lotteries never require you to pay money out of your own pocket to claim a prize. Taxes on genuine winnings are deducted directly from the prize amount. The sweepstakes scam requires you to answer the phone, but the next scam steals your data while you are picking up your daily medication. Number 8. The Pharmacy Drive-Thru Skimmer. You try to stay cautious when using automated teller machines and gas pumps. You check for loose plastic and hidden cameras. But scammers know seniors frequent pharmacies to pick up weekly prescriptions. They have adapted their technology to target the specific payment terminals located at the pharmacy drive-thru window. You pull your car up to the pharmacy window to pay for your medication. The pharmacist hands you a payment terminal attached to a long plastic handle or a cord. You reach out of your car window, insert your debit card into the slot, and type your personal identification number on the keypad. You receive your receipt and drive home. You did not notice the microscopic device inserted into the card reader. Criminals use paper-thin flexible circuit boards called shimmers. They insert these shimmers deep inside the card slot of the drive-through terminal during the night or when the pharmacist is distracted. When you insert your card to pay for your medicine, the shimmer reads the data from your computer chip and extracts the magnetic stripe information. The criminals also install a tiny hidden camera on the side of the building or use a fake keypad overlay to record your fingers as you type your personal identification number. A 75-year-old grandfather checked his bank statement and found his account overdrawn by $3,000. The scammers captured his data at a local pharmacy window. They encoded his information onto a blank plastic card and withdrew cash from an automated teller machine across town. Because you are sitting in your car, reaching awkwardly out the window, you are less likely to inspect the payment machine. To protect yourself at the pharmacy, you should abandon the physical card insert. You should use the tap-to-pay feature on your card or the digital wallet on your smartphone, which generates a one-time security token that scammers cannot clone. Physical theft at the pharmacy is subtle, but the next scam invades your personal computer screen right inside your living room. Number 7. The fake tech support refund. Many seniors use computers to stay connected with family, manage their finances, and read the news. Scammers design traps that freeze your web browser to create a sense of digital panic. You are reading an article online when your computer screen suddenly locks. A bright red warning message fills the monitor. An automated voice might play through your speakers, warning you that your computer is infected with a dangerous virus. The screen displays a toll-free technical support number and urges you to call immediately to prevent the loss of your personal data. You call the number. A representative answers and offers to fix your computer. They instruct you to download a remote access software program. Once you install the program, the scammer takes control of your mouse and keyboard. They open confusing system files to convince you the virus is real. After a few minutes, they tell you they fixed the problem. They charge a fee of $200. You agree and provide your debit card number. However, the scam evolves. A week later, the same company calls you back. They claim they are going out of business and want to refund your $200. They ask you to log into your online banking portal while they are still connected to your computer so they can process the direct deposit. When you log in, the scammer blanks out your screen. They use their remote access to transfer $5,000 from your savings account to your checking account. They restore your screen and alter the website code to make it look like they accidentally refunded you $5,000 instead of $200. They begin crying on the phone. They claim they will lose their job and face criminal charges for the mistake. They beg you to return the excess $4,800. You feel bad for them. You use your debit card to send the money back. You just sent your own savings to a criminal. By the time you realize the initial deposit was a fake visual manipulation, the money you transferred out is gone. A 70-year-old widow lost $10,000 to this emotional manipulation. You must never grant remote access to your computer to a stranger who answers a pop-up warning. The tech support scam creates digital fear, but the next scam impersonates federal law enforcement to threaten your freedom. Number 6. The Social Security number. Suspension. The Social Security Administration is the financial lifeline for millions of retired Americans. Criminals know that any threat to this income creates immediate, paralyzing fear. Your phone rings, and the caller identification reads, Social Security Administration or United States Courthouse. You answer, and a stern voice informs you that your Social Security number has been linked to a massive money laundering operation in a border state. The caller claims federal agents found an abandoned rental car containing drugs, weapons, and bank documents bearing your name. They state that a federal judge has issued an arrest warrant and local police are currently en route to your home. Your heart pounds. You deny any involvement. The caller offers you a lifeline. They claim they can suspend the arrest warrant and protect your assets from federal seizure if you cooperate immediately. They tell you to move your money into a secure government bond account while they clear your name. They demand you stay on the line. They instruct you to drive to your bank, withdraw your funds, and deposit them into a specified digital account using your debit card. Sometimes they ask you to read your debit card numbers over the phone to process a surety bond. The caller uses aggressive, intimidating language. They warn you not to speak to bank tellers or family members, claiming that discussing an active federal investigation is a felony. This isolates you from anyone who might recognize the scam. A 65-year-old retired teacher lost $8,000. She read her debit card details to a fake federal agent because she was terrified of going to prison. The federal government will never call you to threaten arrest. They will never demand you transfer money or provide debit card numbers over the phone to clear a warrant. Fear of arrest is a powerful motivator, but the next scam targets the love you have for your grandchildren. Number 5. The Grandparent Emergency Bailout Seniors deeply value their relationships with their grandchildren. Scammers use this unconditional love as a weapon. This classic scam has grown far more dangerous with the introduction of artificial intelligence. Your phone rings late at night. You answer the call. You hear a voice that sounds exactly like your grandson. The voice is shaking and crying. He calls you by the specific nickname only he uses. He tells you he was in a car accident in a different state. He claims he hit a pregnant woman, the police found alcohol in the car, and he is currently sitting in a jail cell. He begs you not to tell his parents because he is terrified of their reaction. The phone is handed to an authoritative figure claiming to be a public defender or a police officer. The official confirms the story. They state that the judge has set a cash bail of $4,000. They tell you that if you do not pay the bail immediately, your grandson will be transferred to a maximum security prison for the weekend. They instruct you to provide your debit card number to process the bail payment through a specialized legal portal. They might also ask you to withdraw cash and hand it to a designated bail bondsman courier. The voice you heard was an artificial intelligence clone. Scammers harvest short audio clips from your grandson's social media profile. They feed the audio into software that generates a perfect vocal match. A 74-year-old grandfather drained his checking account to save his grandson from a non-existent jail cell. He provided his debit card numbers to the fake attorney. The next morning, he called his daughter and discovered his grandson was asleep in his own bed the entire time. If you receive a frantic call from a relative, you must hang up the phone immediately. Dial your relative's known phone number directly to verify their safety. The grandparent scam relies on a sudden emergency, but the next scam quietly drains your account under the guise of charitable giving. Number 4. The fake charity subscription. Bleed seniors represent the most charitable demographic in the country. They donate generously to veterans organizations, disaster relief funds, and medical research foundations. Criminals exploit this generosity to access checking accounts. You receive a phone call from a pleasant representative collecting donations for a cause that resonates with you. They might claim to represent a fund for injured police officers or a local animal shelter. They do not ask for a large sum. They simply ask for a small, one-time donation of $10 to show your support. $10 seems reasonable. You want to help. You read your debit card number over the phone. The caller thanks you profusely and promises to send you a bumper sticker or a thank you letter. The caller is not affiliated with any legitimate charity. They operate a phantom organization. They process your $10 donation, but they save your debit card details in their database. Buried in the fine print of the verbal agreement you did not hear was a clause authorizing recurring monthly donations. The scammers begin charging your debit card $20 or $30 every single month. They use vague billing names on your bank statement, such as Global Support Initiative or Community Relief Fund. Because the amounts are relatively small, you might overlook them while reviewing your monthly expenses. A 69-year-old widow donated $15 to a fake veteran charity. The scammers continued to charge her $30 a month for 2 years before she noticed the recurring bleed. She lost over $700 to a ghost subscription. You should never provide your debit card number to an unsolicited caller. If you wish to donate to a cause, hang up the phone, research the charity independently, and submit your donation through their verified official website. Fake charities steal your money slowly, but the next scam tricks you into opening the door for criminals by pretending your utilities are about to be shut off. Number 3. The utility disconnection threat. Seniors rely heavily on utility services for heating, cooling, and medical equipment. The threat of losing electricity or water causes immediate panic. Scammers exploit this dependency. You receive a phone call during a particularly hot summer day or a freezing winter night. The caller identification displays the name of your local power company or water authority. The caller sounds strictly businesslike. They inform you that your account is 3 months past due. They state that a technician is currently parked down the street, preparing to disconnect your service in exactly 30 minutes. You know you paid your bill. You argue with the caller. The representative acts sympathetic but firm. They claim there must have been a banking error but the disconnection order is already in the system. They tell you the only way to stop the technician is to pay the past due balance of $300 right now over the phone. They demand you read your debit card number to them immediately to process the emergency payment. They warn that if the power is shut off, you will have to pay an additional reconnection fee of $500 and wait 3 days for service to be restored. A 71-year-old man living in Arizona provided his debit card details to a fake utility worker because he feared his air conditioning would be disabled during a heat wave. The scammers drained his account of $2,000 within the hour. Utility companies do not conduct business this way. A legitimate power company will never call you and demand immediate payment over the phone to prevent an instant shutoff. They send multiple written notices through the postal service. If you receive a shutoff call, hang up and dial the customer service number printed directly on your paper utility bill. The utility scam threatens your comfort, but the next scam uses a terrifying reversal of logic to convince you that your bank is trying to save you. Number 2. The reverse fraud safety transfer. This scam bypasses all bank security protocols because it relies entirely on your active cooperation. Criminals know that banks block suspicious transactions. They designed a scam that forces you to bypass the block yourself. You receive a text message that appears to come from your bank. It asks if you authorized a purchase of $800 at an electronics store. You reply with the word no. Seconds later, your phone rings. The caller ID displays the name of your bank. The representative sounds professional and reassuring. They tell you they received your fraud alert and have successfully paused the transaction. You feel a massive wave of relief. The representative then shifts the tone. They state that your entire checking account has been compromised. They claim hackers have access to your routing number and are preparing to drain your funds. To protect your money, the representative instructs you to move your balance to a secure safety vault account generated by the bank's fraud department. They tell you to open your banking application. They guide you through the process of setting up a wire transfer or a peer-to-peer payment. They provide you with the account details for the safety vault. They stay on the phone with you, offering calm encouragement. They tell you the money will be safe in the vault until they issue you a new debit card tomorrow morning. You authorize the transfer. You move $5,000 from your checking account. The representative confirms the funds are secure and hangs up. You just sent your money directly to the scammer's account. This is the reverse fraud trap. Because you manually logged into your application and authorized the transfer yourself, the bank views the transaction as legitimate. A 64-year-old retired pilot lost his entire checking account balance to this method. He thought he was collaborating with the bank to stop a crime. A real bank will never ask you to transfer your money to a different account to keep it safe. They can freeze your account with the push of a button on their end. The reverse fraud scam manipulates you over the phone, but the ultimate scam on our list crosses the line from the digital world to the physical world. It brings the crime directly to your front porch. Number 1. The bank courier confiscation. For decades, financial scams existed on screens and through phone receivers. Criminals maintained a safe distance from their victims. Today, a new and terrifying tactic is spreading across the country. Scammers are sending physical operatives to your home. The scam begins like a traditional fraud alert. You receive a call from a person claiming to be a senior investigator with your bank. They inform you that significant fraudulent activity has been detected on your debit card. They read off several fake transactions to build credibility. The investigator sounds deeply concerned. They tell you your debit card is completely compromised and must be replaced immediately. However, they add a new layer to the deception. They claim the bank needs the physical card to conduct a forensic analysis. They tell you they need to examine the microchip to trace the hackers who cloned it. They instruct you to place your debit card inside an envelope. They also tell you to write your personal identification number on a piece of paper and include it in the envelope, claiming the forensic team needs the code to unlock the chip data. The investigator tells you that because of your senior status and the severity of the fraud, the bank is dispatching a bonded security courier to your home to collect the envelope and deliver your replacement card. An hour later, car pulls into your driveway. A person wearing a professional uniform, perhaps a suit or a generic delivery polo shirt, walks up to your front door. They knock. They introduce themselves as the bank courier. They might even display a fake laminated identification badge. They ask for the envelope. You hand over your physical debit card and your personal identification number. The courier thanks you, hands you a sealed envelope containing a fake replacement card, and drives away. You close your front door, feeling completely cared for by your bank. You believe the institution took swift, personal action to protect your finances. In reality, you just handed the keys to your financial life to an organized crime syndicate. The person at your door was a runner employed by the scammers. Armed with your physical card and your exact personal identification number, the runner drives directly to the nearest automated teller machine. They insert your card, type the code you wrote down, and withdraw your maximum daily cash limit. They then drive to high-end retail stores and purchase thousands of dollars in gift cards and electronics until the bank's automated systems finally decline the card due to insufficient funds. A 78-year-old grandmother living in a quiet suburban neighborhood handed her card to a fake courier. She lost $4,000 in 3 hours. She was devastated not only by the financial loss, but by the severe violation of her personal safety. The criminals knew where she lived. They stood on her welcome mat. This scam represents a massive escalation in financial crime. It exploits the trust seniors place in face-to-face interactions. Criminals know that a physical presence carries a heavy weight of authority. You must memorize this absolute rule. Your bank will never, under any circumstances, send a person to your home to collect a debit card. They will never ask you to write down your personal identification number. If a bank issues a new card, they mail it through the postal service, and they instruct you to destroy the old card yourself using scissors or a shredder. If someone claiming to be a bank courier ever knocks on your door, do not open it. Keep the deadbolt locked and immediately call the police to report a suspicious person. The financial landscape has changed drastically. Criminals use technology, psychology, and physical intimidation to access your retirement fund. They target seniors because they believe older adults are more trusting and less familiar with digital deception. You must prove them wrong. You must replace trust with rigorous skepticism. Never answer unexpected calls from unknown numbers. If a caller claims to represent your bank, the government, or a utility company, hang up immediately. Find the official phone number on a recent paper bill or the back of your debit card and dial it yourself. Never provide your card numbers, your passwords, or your personal identification codes over the phone. Treat your debit card like raw cash. If you have experienced any of these scams, or if you received a suspicious phone call asking for your banking details, please share your story in the comments below. Exposing these tactics is the most effective way to warn others before they lose their savings. If this detailed breakdown helped you understand the severe threats targeting your debit card, consider subscribing to the channel. We will continue to track these emerging scams, dissect the criminal strategies, and provide the clear information you need to protect your wealth. Stay vigilant, guard your personal information, and never hand your card to a stranger at your door.